Good morning. More of the big supermarkets toughen their stance on shoppers wearing masks.
This and a number of other issues this morning. Morning, Nina.
Yes, good morning. Lots of pressure on shop workers. I think I said yesterday we had an absolutely extraordinary response to this yesterday because it's obviously an issue that means a lot to workers and to shoppers alike. Now, lots of the big retailers put out statements throughout the day yesterday reminding customers of the rules and saying they would be getting tougher on this. So we saw Tesco, Asda, Waitrose, Marks and Spencer followed Morrison's and said they will deny entry to shoppers who refuse to wear face masks without a medical exemption. Now, they said the vast majority of customers are generally following the rules, but clearly not everybody. Now, Iceland told us that since March, they've recorded 650 instances of verbal abuse and 30 physical assaults on staff, all as a result of customer resistance to coronavirus regulations, including mask wearing and social distancing. And they're not alone. Co-op Food sent us this footage. Have a look at this incident from last year. And this is happening, yes, for the big names in retail, but what about the smaller convenience stores, which we've been using a lot more of over lockdown? Well, they don't always have the money for security staff, and sometimes workers are there alone. We spoke with Paul. He runs a small store in Coventry. And it's not just food shops where it's a legal requirement. Now, the high street bank HSBC has warned that those who don't comply with the rules could see their accounts closed. We're going to hear from one supermarket worker who told us that it's getting harder and not easier. And I said earlier, didn't I, how much of a response this has provoked from the audience. Already this morning, we've heard from one worker in a petrol station who says they were verbally attacked just last night. Front page of the Times this morning saying that John Lewis is one of those to stop, click and collect because the government messaging has become tougher. But Usdaw, the shop workers union, saying it's not tough enough. People compared to last year's lockdown aren't following the one-way systems. They're going shopping with the wider family, and people have to comply with the rules specifically as they did last year if this is going to work.
OK, Nina, and I'm not sure other people have been in touch as well. Thank you.
Good morning. No mask, no entry. More of the big supermarkets toughen their stance.
Won't we about Morrison's? Sainsbury's confirming they're going to strengthen their guidance on wearing face masks in store. And I know so many people have been in touch with you about all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of the other supermarkets then followed yesterday, and we did have an extraordinary response to this yesterday and this morning as well. Good morning. This is an issue that obviously means a lot to you, to workers and to shoppers alike. Now, lots of the big retailers put out statements throughout the day yesterday reminding customers of the rules and saying they would be getting tougher on this. So Tesco, Asda, Waitrose, M&S all followed Morrison's and said they will deny entry to shoppers who refuse to wear masks without a medical exemption. They did say that the vast majority of customers are generally following the rules, but clearly not everybody. We asked all of the major supermarkets about the abuse their staff have faced for enforcing regulations, and Iceland got back to us. They told us that since last March, they've recorded 650 instances of verbal abuse and 30 physical assaults on staff. Have a look at this footage as well from the Co-op, which they sent us from last. So spoke with Helen. She works for one of the big supermarkets in the northeast. She's been finding it really tough working on the front line, trying to enforce the rules. You might notice if you flick through the papers this morning, Morrison's are taking out a full-page spread asking people to be kind to their staff. Things are getting tougher away from the supermarkets as well. HSBC has warned that those who don't comply with their rules could see their accounts closed. Thank you so much for all of your emails that you've been sending in. Just to let you know, Dan and Louise, a couple of them, we had a shift worker at a petrol station get in touch this morning. She was accosted by a customer, really aggressive, late last night after asking them to wear a mask, and she said she was just really relieved that another customer stepped in to support her. And Sylvia got in touch this morning. She told us about, well, the words that I can't repeat on air, that somebody came at her with because she asked them to wear a mask in the queue at the post office. She said they then followed them shouting out of the car window. And the thing about this shift in the rules to the big name saying please wear a mask before you go in is hopefully it will reduce that tension in store, because we've also heard from people who are exempt from wearing masks who faced aggression from other customers for not wearing it. So hopefully the rules are a lot clearer now, so people who are inside are complying with those rules.
Oh, Nina, thank you very much. Thank you.